Everything is going according to plan. No one cares what you want. 104 Think of the day when we will roll up the heavens like scrolls of written paper. We will do it as we did in the beginning, as a promise we have taken upon ourselves. We will surely do it. For several years they have been discussing, with chemtrails, viruses, invasions and zombie scenarios, the issue of reducing the world population to 500 million. These may be a process of checking the pulse. Be sure that in the great destruction they will not leave a single person alive other than their own elite. Because they did not leave before Ad, Thamud, Median, Lut etc. They can destroy any place they want with the terror weapons or similar ones mentioned in the 6,000-year-old Sumerian tablets. They shrouded the excavation in Mersin in mystery, yet it is meaningful that they said, a lost book was found, as seen in the chart. They are fulfilling one by one the prophecies they announced in the Hurriyet newspaper 50 years ago. So are the prophecies on The Simpsons and the Illuminati cards. In fact, it would be more accurate to call them plans, rather than prophecies. In other words, there are no individuals or institutions that know or can predict the future. There is a Supreme Council and collaborators of this council who plan and implement all the events we have experienced and will experience. I explained one by one who they were, how they could be so powerful, and how they could surround the world and life in such a way. This council is so powerful that they can control nature. They make it rain with machines that Muslims cannot make it rain with prayers. Look, all of this is not a conspiracy. They can do it with the technologies they already have and have been using for thousands of years. Next up is a flood and/or floods. The Doomsday Ark was built in Svalbard, Norway. They gave instructions to Elon Musk, prepare the sky ships that will carry the elites to the New World, like in the Sumerian tablets, as soon as possible. Once the tests are complete, the ships will be ready and humanity will only stare as they blow their horns and the invasion begins. We will probably experience the same scenes of destruction that occurred centuries ago, and those of us who survive will continue to live primitive lives. Al-Hajj 22 Indeed, there were many towns which we destroyed while they were doing wrong. Now in them the walls have fallen down on the ceilings, and there are many wells that have become unusable and many grand palaces. Because this is their unchangeable law, Sunnah. Ahzab 62 This is the law of Allah concerning those who passed away before. You will never find any change in the law of Allah. They divided you with their fake religions and broke your power. They created imaginary gods, spirits, demons, heavens and hells in the real world and isolated you from this real world. They have turned you into a cowardly and ignorant society that cannot question right and wrong. You will understand that those you worship is Allah or not Allah, how they put you to sleep and scare you with their religion of fear, but it will be too late. You will wake up, but it will be too late. Because of genetic inheritance, in the next lives, someone like me will wake up and warn your generation just like the previous ones did, but by the time their words are taken into consideration, it will be too late. It has always been like this, it will be like this again. Your imaginary God in the sky will not help you as he did before. Because there is no such God, there never was. Because those who caused these apocalypses were those who created those imaginary gods. They were tyrannical butchers of humanity who made humanity worship those gods, who numbed their minds with religion, books, politics, gathered them under one roof and made them their servants and slaves. You worshipped their system and the leaders of the system is Allah. Those who try to keep his son and light alive, secret Jewish organizations, are about to complete the shooting of the movie, but the good guys have never won in their movies and they will not be able to win as long as the world turns. Because the power is still in their hands. Unfortunately, you and your children are not the chosen ones. You are the crop. They have taken their ears of grain, prepared their sickles, and have already chosen their elite. Revelation 7:4 I heard the number of those sealed, 144,000 sealed from all the tribes of Israel. Revelation 14:14-16 Then I looked, a white cloud, and on the cloud was sitting, someone like a son of man, with a golden crown on his head and a sharp sickle in his hand. Another angel came out of the temple and shouted with a loud voice to him sitting on the cloud, "Stretch out your sickle and reap. The hour to reap has come, for the crop of the earth is ripe." The one sitting on the cloud thrust his sickle into the earth, and the crop of the earth was reaped. The harvest described here is not the product harvest as we know it, but the human harvest. I have given the details in my other videos. The ones who deserve to be saved in this century are the owners of the eyes looking from inside the pyramid, that is, your idols for which you tear your hair out, the bosses who created them, the rich, and the intelligent religious and scientific people who serve this system. As long as you continue to sleep, they will continue this cycle, but when you wake up, just like the 19th century people, follow the symbols, signs and enter their lairs, you can thwart their plans and break this cycle, gaining your true freedom. It's a long shot, but I think it's worth a try.